Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 25th of February. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And tell me, Gary, Tuesday the 25th, does that ring any bells for you?
It rings the bells of the cash register in the department stores because I'm going to go there and get myself a little gift from my darling wife. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to my darling.
Well, I think for the record, if you only get her a little gift,
Yes.
you're going to be in a lot more than a little trouble.
I'll be sleeping outside in our little balcony
And
tonight.
I don't believe that she's got designs on a little gift from a department store.
No.
I'm thinking more a big gift from Bulgari is probably more in order.
More in order is the point that we're here for, Philip, which is to discuss the real estate market and what a bumper, monster, humongous, massive weekend we've just come
Okay, so
off.
I'd just like to apologise to all the viewers if I'm looking a little worse for wear, if I'm looking a little bit tired. It had nothing to do with staying up late at White Night in the city.
Oh, did you go to White Night?
No.
I went to White Night. It
Okay,
was
well,
bloody
I
good.
didn't go to White
I
Night,
did.
but I don't look this way because I spent all night at White Night. I look this way because we had a monster weekend of which I did a huge number of auctions together with our other three auctioneers.
Yes.
It was enormous. It was huge. It was bigger than White Night in the city, Gary.
It might have been a White Night, Phil, but it was a very, very big and bright weekend out there in the real estate world, Philip, because we sold, wait for it, 25 out of 26 of our auctions. That is a 96% clearance rate.
Get up those towers up
Get 'em
right
up
now, right now. Okay,
Quick.
so the industry, as you can see, those towers, 75% clearance rate.
Very
For
good.
Gary, Peer and Associates, 96%. You know,
Massive.
that's about as close to 100% we could ever get.
And for those who love statistics, there was actually 5 of those properties were sold before auction, and of course 20 sold at auction, and 1 left, and we're sorry we've got that 1 left because we would have loved to have sold it, but it's going to sell because it's a beauty.
Okay, many of our auctions over the weekend, Gary, I was making the announcement about where the market was up to.
Yep.
And I think let's just address this for the viewers right here, right now, because everybody has been asking us what's happening in the market in 2014. And we've been saying to everybody, we will let you know after the weekend of the 21st and 22nd of February. And the reason, viewers, that we said that was this is the first major auction weekend in Melbourne just passed.
Yep.
So last weekend, there were in excess of 1,000 auctions in Melbourne. And I think we said a couple of episodes ago, a reasonable weekend is 600 to 800 auctions. Once you get to 1,000 or more, that's what we call a bumper weekend. And the reason that we said, let's wait until this weekend disappears is because that was the weekend of the litmus test of Melbourne. Melbourne passed with flying colours. A 75% clearance rate is the sign of a really good, healthy market. But 96%, I've got to tell you, for those vendors that weren't listed with Gary, Peer and Associates, you probably should have been.
Amex and Visa are very happy, Philip. Do you know why?
Why,
All the agents can make their payments now, their minimum monthly fees. Let's talk about some of the results. There was a lot of I don't know if we can review them all.
No, we're not
There's too
going
many.
to. We're just going to
I
talk about a few of the
some
auction
of the
highlights.
big ones. Yeah, 18 Lidson Street, Marrabeen, and we knew that would be a big one, Philip.
Well, you did that one, Gary. Tell me about that. I saw the result come through and I looked at it and I thought must have been an SMS error.
It was crazy, Phil. We thought we'd get somewhere around that million or just over. The reserve we've given on the day was 1.1. I dare say that would have come down.
Yep.
But lo and behold, something like 7 bidders, Philip, sold for $1,292,000 to the most delightful couple who were looking for a long,
So that's
long time.
$192,000 over their optimistic reserve.
You worked that out without a
I
calculator.
know,
You're
I know.
a genius.
Staggering, really, isn't it?
How do you do it,
I
Phil?
did prepare early this morning.
Very good. There's been some other great sales, Philip. There was a property in Wando Road, one at 3 Wando Road in East St Kilda. Jeremy Rosen sold
Now,
that.
I've got to tell you, that's an interesting, because we've sold a lot of apartments in that building over the years, and we'll just get that one up on screen very quickly. Now we'll take it down. Let's talk about that, because Jeremy Rosens has been the specialist in this building, and he's been selling them for the last number of years, and I think it wasn't too long ago, we might do some research on this, where he was selling them in the 4s, then the 5s, and now the reserve on that one, the day was what?
Reserve on that one, Philip, was $560 and sold for $640,000. That is a beauty.
That's a huge result.
Mills Street in Albert Park, the price is undisclosed, but you know we did say to the viewers over the last few weeks it was going to go crazy. The reserve we were given was in the high 9s. The first bid was $1,100,000. We can't disclose the price, but put it this way, it just kept running and running and running.
Incredible.
So, what a great area is Albert Park, and that's evidence of a terrific sale.
What about on Sunday morning? How about that auction in Alexandra Street?
Look, that was a beauty, Philip. You're moving me along very nicely now. Alexander Street, we did review that one on GPTV. The vendors have asked for the price to be undisclosed, but suffice to say, they wanted undisclosed. But look, it was very, very popular. It did sell for way over the price expectation. We were suggesting $850 to $950 or in that range, or $850 to $930. I think we ended up having a reserver in the top end. And suffice to say, I don't think I'll get in trouble, that it went for plenty more.
Okay, I want to just review that and link it to a sale that we had on Saturday at 3:30 in Rosemont Street in Balaclava.
Why don't you do
and
that?
We'll bring that up on screen very quickly. The reason I want to link that is that both of these are single-fronted, what we call single-fronted houses.
Yep.
And literally, Rosemont Street sold for $965,000, so just call it just under $1 million. Alexandra Street now well in excess of $1 million. I think we can now
so much for undisclosed.
We can now re-rate these single-fronted houses as $1 million has got to get you into the market now in Eastern Kilda.
That's pretty much entry price for any nice semi, isn't it, Philip? That was a great
start. It was only
start.
a couple of years ago where $700,000 to $800,000 would have bought you any of those.
We're jumping around a bit, but I want to talk about Glen Iris because a lot of people wouldn't know that we are very accomplished in Glen Iris. We have some good results. Tell us about the sale that you had there, Philip, in Park Road at Glen Iris, even though the prices are undisclosed.
Okay, well, we talked about this in the sales meeting on Monday morning, and we, our vendors would know that when we list a property, we do a letter drop to 250 houses in the surrounding area saying we've just listed. We then, the day before the auction, send another 250 welcome to the auctions, so to build up the attendances at the auctions. And it was interesting because the vendor of this property it was bought by their children who live in the street, and they wanted mum to live a few doors down the road. And then the buyer on Saturday was somebody that lived in the next street who came to the auction and bought it. And the message to that is so many people buy and sell within a very small radius of where they're currently living.
We can do it in Glen Iris. We can do it in Glen Iris and all over Melbourne, but we didn't do it, unfortunately, in Bealiba Road in Caulfield South. It's the only one we didn't sell, and what a great property.
Do you know what? One of the benefits of not selling it on Saturday or not selling it on Sunday is that we've still got it, and I love this house. It is the most beautifully presented solid brick family home, a 60s a modern interpretation of a 60s home. Not a centre spend. You can move straight into that house, Gary. I love this house.
Now for sale.
And I reckon it might be sold within the next couple of days.
Get there quickly while it's still available. Philip, I had the pleasure of auctioning this time, and the vendors are going to enjoy this little snippet on GPTV because they set me up at the start of the auction. They said, look, we auctioned this last year with you guys, and they were very happy with our company and chose to retain us. And
you're not very humble with this little this little paragraph or two that you got.
They were lovely. They gave us an opportunity to go and represent them a second time, which shows that they were happy with us, Philip. But this time they just wanted to change a little bit, so they decided
they tweaked the marketing
change the auctioneer. So the auctioneer wasn't you this time, it was myself. And we did auction it this time, and we did sell it, Philip, for $1,635,000. And congratulations to those vendors. Thanks for sticking with us. And look,
just to show that I'm a bigger man than you, Gary, I want to say thank you to the vendors of that home for entrusting us with a second auction. And all I can say is congratulations. I'm glad Gary was able to do what I wasn't.
There you go. 38 Bent Street, Caulfield South was another great auction. Lots of competition, Philip. Sold for an undisclosed amount. We'll put that on the screen quickly. But I want to talk a little bit about 5 at 44 Neerim Road in Caulfield, because that was a humdinger of an auction. I got there a little bit late, and I'm sorry, hate getting to auctions late, but got there sort of right on auction time.
Well, you were either late or there on time.
Well, I was there on time, but I started the auction a little bit late, Mr. Pedantic. The price range $7 to $770, the reserve at $770. A massive crowd, sold under the hammer, Philip, for $870,000.
It's $100,000 over the reserve.
Great result, Phil. Let's move along now. We sold a property in YARRA Road. It is undisclosed there, 7 at 15 YARRA Road, but congratulations to the vendor. 48 Aroona Road, Phil. Price undisclosed, but that got sold and well sold, and you did the job there very well. And the last auction in Rosemont Avenue, number 61, also undisclosed, but an amazing auction. Some people turned up on the day who hadn't seen it before, and there they were, right in, it was a $2 million circa sale, and it's amazing how people do that.
The viewers should know that we run these marketing campaigns. It's a 3-weekend weekend process with the auction in the fourth weekend. We love to find our buyer week 1, week 2, maybe even week 3. But the percentage of houses and apartments that we sell to people that arrive on the day of the auction having never seen them before, I reckon somewhere between 5 and 10%.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
Let's get into this weekend because we've got another monster weekend. We've got 26 auctions over 8 suburbs, Philip. Let's review the properties.
Let's do that. So, Gary, first up on Saturday, we have a fantastic single-storey villa, villa number 3 at number 25 Grange Road. That's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
10:30.
We then move on to unit number 2 at 735 Hawthorn Road, Brighton East. Leon Goosenfitter is handling
Brand
that.
new apartment,
2
Philip.
bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. Then 3 at 20 Katandra Road, Ormond. That goes under the hammer at 10:30, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 car spaces. And then I'm conducting an auction at number 13 Marlborough Street, Balaclava, one of my favourite addresses, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. No doubt I will grab a quick coffee at Batch or Los Chicos before that auction.
That's 4 auctions at 10:30, Phil. A busy start to Saturday at 11:30. Jeremy Rosens is going to be auctioning an apartment in Alma Road, Philip. A 7 at 355 Alma Road, Caulfield North, in the Paris end of Alma Road.
Paris ends.
14 Bilson's.
Watch out for men or women on bikes with berets and baguettes in the basket at the front.
But look out for
All
those crazy
French
baguettes
people.
flying around the street.
Paris end.
14.
The Paris end of Alma Road.
Oui, monsieur. 14 Bilson Street in Brighton East, Philip, at 11:30 a.m. That looks like a fabulous property. Very, very impressive indeed. In the heart of East Brighton, 350 Kooyong Road, Philip, at 12:30. I've got the honours of doing that auction. Looks like a fantastic property there, and certainly expecting some good interest. One at 374 Orrong Road, Caulfield North.
I love this building, Gary. Spanish Mission is the architectural description we use for that. Spanish Mission.
Exactly right. No one expects a Spanish Mission apartment, do they, Philip? In Albert Street, 1 at 79 Albert Street, Caulfield North, we have a terrific apartment going up there, Phil. That one's going off at 1:30 on Saturday, and Jeremy Rosens has the honours, a wonderful 2-bedroom apartment. 31.
Hang on, going back to Albert Street, love that position. Walking distance to Caulfield Park and the tram and Hawthorn Road.
And talking about Caulfield Park and Hawthorn Road, Phil, at the same time, you will be dual auctioneer with a property in Carnarvon Road. That's right opposite
the park, and you can walk from one end to the park and the other end to Glenferrie Road and the Malvern Railway Station.
Fabulous Art Deco type town residence, Philip. We are back in Orrong Road, this time at 378 Orrong Road, Caulfield North. Just a hop, skip and a jump from the other one at 12:30, and Leo Samuel has the honour of selling that period style
I've got
apartment.
to tell you, I'm loving seeing our boards in Orrong Road just near our office, and even this week we listed another 3 apartments in Orrong Road.
Don't we love it there, Phil?
Yep,
We're
we do.
back in Grange Road. We're there at 2:30, and Leo Samuel has the pleasure of auctioning this property for Leon and Ben Eisner. This is a terrific 3-bedroom apartment, and I should say villa unit, not apartment, I beg your pardon. Phil, at 2:30, we are joining forces, you and I together, and we are at 1 at 29 Tivoli Road in South Yarra. Now, this is the most magnificent property. Firstly, Tivoli Place. I beg your
Come
pardon.
on, Gary, get it right.
Because some people went to Tivoli Road.
Okay,
by
walking
mistake.
distance to the tram in Toorak Road and the fantastic Botanic Gardens, Gary. This is an architectural statement, an absolute knockout property. I've done it for you.
It's in a quiet cul-de-sac, Philip. It's one of only 4 apartments. It is a magnificent property. If you go to one auction on Saturday, go to Tivoli Place at 2:30 p.m. You'll see me and Philip there. We are then off to Alma Road, Phil. This is unit number 3 at 203 Alma Road, a very lovely 2-bedroom apartment.
Polished timber floorboards throughout. Doesn't get any better than that. And wait till you see the kitchen on that one.
Phil, we're bringing the curtain down in Thomas Street on Saturday in East Brighton. You have the honours of doing that auction at 3:30 p.m. Tell us a little bit about this fine
It's
home.
absolutely enormous. 5 or 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and parking for 3 cars. It doesn't get any bigger, bolder, or more magnificent than that.
We're kicking off Sunday at 10:30 a.m. back in Bealiba Road, one of our favourite streets in
Now,
South
speaking of kicking off, I just want to say to all of the Melbourne supporters out there, the long-suffering Melbourne supporters that I am as well, kicking off, looks like we're off to a great start
You
for
are
the
doing
Mighty Demons
so
this
well
year.
on the NAB Cup. It's magnificent, isn't it? 10 Clifton Street, back in Caulfield East, Phil. We're going to be there on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Leo Samuel has the honours of doing that auction for Leon. And at 11:30, we're in Hotham Street. What a great-looking home this is, Phil.
Picture postcard perfect facade, that one, and plenty of accommodation with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and off-street car parking for at least 2 cars.
Nikki Janover from our St Kilda office is handling that one. And then, Philip, we are going to be at 11:30 right here at number 13 Kelburn Street in Caulfield North. Tell us a bit about the home we're in right now.
Well, Gary, I love this house. A solid brick house, almost impossible to find solid brick houses. I love this street. It's a beautifully located street. This is on the west side of the street, which means you've got the afternoon sun flooding in from both the west and the north. Really good layout, an immaculate home. I reckon somebody's going to buy this and just update it beautifully, but it's certainly a home that just, it's so easy to fall in love with.
Great living areas. I'm enjoying looking at this beautiful, lush private garden, Philip, with the right orientation, as you say. Be here 11:30 on Sunday. I've got the honours of doing this auction.
Good on you. Gary, at 12:30, we're going to be selling number 14 Derby Crescent, Caulfield East. We've got a lot of activity in Derby, in Caulfield East this weekend. That's at 12:30, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, gorgeous single-fronted home.
At the same time, 62 Estar Road goes under the hammer, Philip. Lamore Herskovitz is handling that one.
And I'm doing the auction there, I believe, and looking forward to that, Gary. Wonderful property.
Cambridge Street's got to be one of the best streets in Caulfield North, Philip, and you can still get in there at an affordable price level. We are auctioning number 23, Cambridge Street, Caulfield North. That's going up at 1:30. You've got the honours there, Philip.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and double lock-up garage at the rear, which is a ripper.
A spacious apartment finds its way to the market, Philip, at 4 at 8 Meadow Street, East St Kilda. That one goes up at 1:30. I've got the auction honours there, and that looks like a fine property and a great opportunity. Ludbrook Avenue, terrific address. We know it well, don't we?
It's a sentimental favourite of ours, Gary. Your sister used to live there, and we had one of our first listings when we started the business back in 1986. One of our first listings there.
Nikki Genova presents 19 Ludbrook Avenue to the market, Philip, and I think we're going to get some good interest on that one. At least we should. 34 Narrowong Road, Caulfield South. Tell us about this home.
Well, a really good home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, car parking via double lock-up garage for 2 cars. Good entry into the South Caulfield marketplace and a great street.
Phil, 39A Beech Street, Caulfield South is a wonderful location. It's right by the park there, though, that lovely Princess Park, and very close to Glen Huntly Road. This is a magnificent property. Tell us a little bit about this. This is the final auction at 3:30 that you're conducting for us on Sunday.
This is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. This is luxury townhouse living at its finest, but it really is a house as far as I'm concerned. And backing onto the park, how good is that?
And quite affordable, around that $1 million or just over, so we think that'll be a great opportunity for somebody. And that brings our weekend to a close, and it's going to be a busy one, and we'll need a nice stiff coffee in the morning and maybe something a bit harder in the evening after.
Big weekend. How many auctions did you say we've got?
26, Phil. It's a monster.
And viewers, you do need to keep in mind it's going to be a big weekend in Melbourne because we're followed by the long weekend.
That's it.
The Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So a lot of real estate agents are going to be doing a lot this weekend and less the following.
And you'll be in your Speedos the following week, won't you? Working on that tan of yours, that beautiful glow.
Do you know what, Gary? I don't mind sitting in the sun for only a couple of moments, sucking in that vitamin D. Any longer than that, I'm just burning.
The mood is good, the market is strong, and the results are significant out there, ladies and gentlemen. We thought a couple of weeks ago that maybe the market is in balance, but it seems like it's more of a vendor's market at the moment.
And I think that's worthy of concluding with those GPT viewers that are thinking of selling and have been holding back. Come to the table now because there's plenty of heat in the market. Who knows how long it lasts for, but at the end of the day, what we do know is we can deal with the here and now, and the here and now is very exciting.
We'll look forward to bringing you all of the updates, information, and happenings in the real estate market. We'll see you next week. My name's Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.